So when you hear about a deal worth almost $4 billion, your mind probably jumps to some flashy tech startup, right? Or maybe a huge corporate merger. But the investment we're digging into today, it's something way more fundamental. It's this massive bet on the physical, tangible world that actually powers our digital one. And believe me, it tells an absolutely fascinating story about the future of AI.
All right, so let's get right into it. To really understand why this deal is such a big deal, you first have to get your head around this huge trend that's happening right now, mostly behind the scenes. And it's all about what AI actually needs to, well, to exist.
So let me ask you, when you think about what truly makes AI work, what pops into your head? Is it brilliant programmers? Super complex algorithms? And yeah, of course, that's all part of it. But that is only half the story. Not even.
The real engine, the beating heart of the AI revolution, is physical. I'm talking about a sprawling global empire of these massive buildings called data centers. You've got the vast power grids needed to keep them running 24/7, and of course, the actual real estate they sit on. You see, AI doesn't just live up in the cloud, it lives in these enormous concrete and steel boxes.
And that brings us right to the main event. We're going to look at how one major investment firm, Ares Management, is making a colossal bet on this physical foundation. They are literally building the future, brick by actual brick.
Just look at that number, $3.9 billion. That's how much Ares forked over to buy a company called GCP International. And we're not just talking about buying some stocks here. This is a game-changing move to control the essential infrastructure of our entire digital age.
So what do they actually get for all that cash? Well, they bought GCP International. It's a company that focuses on two really key things: logistics and, this is the important part, digital infrastructure. We're talking data centers. And just look at the map here. Japan, Vietnam, Brazil, Europe, the US. This is not some small regional play. This is a global move. And the deal just closed on March 1st of this year.
So what's the big idea? I mean, why spend almost $4 billion on a company like this? It all comes down to this really powerful strategy that's changing the way big investors are thinking about, well, everything.
To get what they're doing, you need to understand this one key concept: vertical integration. It's all about control. The analogy here is perfect. Instead of a coffee company just buying beans from someone else, imagine they own the farms that grow the beans, the factories that roast them, and the cafes that sell the coffee. That's what Alyssa is doing for data centers.
And hey, don't just take my word for it. Here it is, straight from the CEO of Ares himself. In a world where every big player is fighting over the same high-quality assets, the ability to just create your own, that is a massive, massive advantage. You're not waiting around for something to go on sale, you're building the future supply yourself.
So this whole strategy boils down to a really powerful three-step model. First, you develop. You build brand new, top-of-the-line assets like data centers from scratch. Second, you own them. You hold on to them for the long haul, betting their value is just going to keep going up. And third, you operate them directly. That gives you way more control and, opens up all these other ways to make money, like management fees.
And let's be clear, this is not a small-time operation. Ares is taking this develop, own, operate model and putting it on the world stage. We're talking about building an international network of absolutely essential infrastructure.
Get a load of this number, 1.5 gigawatts. That's the size of the global data center development pipeline that RS just bought in this deal. To put that in perspective, that is a staggering amount of power and computing capacity, all of it aimed squarely at meeting the absolutely explosive demand from AI. And here is exactly how they plan to make this giant investment pay off. It's a four-part playbook. First, they'll make money from developing and managing the properties. Then, they'll build out that huge data center pipeline in key spots like Tokyo, London, and Sao Paulo. And get this, they plan to power these super energy-hungry buildings with their own renewable energy businesses. Finally, they'll save a bunch of money by bringing everything under one roof. It's a plan designed to squeeze value out of every single angle.
But look, let's be real. A nearly $4 billion bet on a global development plan like this, it is no sure thing. The stakes are incredibly high. And yeah, the potential rewards are massive, but so are the challenges.
You can really see the tension at the heart of this deal right here. On one side, you've got these huge potential rewards, right? Becoming a market leader, getting a major leg up on your competitors. But on the other side, the risks are just as big. I mean, trying to integrate a massive global company is incredibly complex.
They've taken on a lot of debt, and there's always the risk that comes with trying to build so many huge projects all at once. It's a real balancing act.
Okay, so let's zoom out one last time. Forget just Eris for a second. What does this massive, complicated, and pretty risky deal tell us about the future of investing itself? Where is the smart money really heading?
And this right here is the crucial point. The old way of doing things in private equity, the big funds buying and selling companies, was just to acquire stuff that already existed. But this deal, it represents a whole new model, building entire platforms from the ground up. It's a huge strategic shift from just being a trader to being a builder, and that gives you so much more control over your own destiny.
When you boil it all down, this is the strategic pivot we're all witnessing. The goal isn't just to own the companies of today anymore. It's to build and control the essential infrastructure, the digital roads and bridges, if you will, that the entire economy of tomorrow is going to depend on.
And that leaves us with one final and I think pretty critical question. As artificial intelligence continues to completely reshape our world, the real power might not end up with the people who design the software. It might just lie with the people who own the physical foundation it's all built on. The real question is, who are they going to be?